Okay, so we all have a group and a letter that is assigned to a part of us, so the physical body, the emotional body, and the mental body, right? So I'm gonna go show you all of it, and you can pause if you want to pay more attention to one of them, right? There are all the constellations. Beautiful art as well. Look at this art with the Metatrons cube. Look at this one. Right on point. I'm wondering who is the artist. There's no name of the artist, but I love it. With the feathers, it looks like a shamanic energy, but it's also like the lungs. There's a rainbow that surrounds the earth, the energy of the earth, and the Metatrons, the fruit of life, actually. With the main poles and the little smaller poles. Beautiful, the eye on top. You see how the geometry comes back to everything. It's the future, guys, I'm telling you. It's the past, the present, and the future. We just need to be more and more aware of it. Gemini. It's gonna be. Go ahead, no problem. The Taurus is mine. And I was born May 13, which is emotional. Yes, it's true. I base most of my stuff on emotions. I was glad to be in a group spiritual, because if it's the word, the language, the voice, that was right on my specialty, right? If I had been in a physical, like not too much into dancing and all this stuff, but and you know, I don't think that we should force ourselves either. You know, there are stuff that we love and there are stuff we just don't like. I never loved dancing or doing all these movements things, and I do it for, it's fun to do it a little bit, but I wouldn't be comfortable like dancing in front of everybody, and I don't think it's something I should work on, you know. It's just something I don't enjoy doing because I just don't like it. I'm not comfortable. I'm very comfortable speaking in public and using the words, the language, literature, all this stuff. So I think I should work on the thing that I love and I enjoy, not necessarily on the thing we don't, you know. So that was perfect to find out that group. And emotion, yes, I base everything on emotion, even business, and you know, like doing, I like to know, you know, who we work with and who people are as persons, but you can tell pretty fast how people treat each other, you know, even someone that you're gonna see just once or in a store or whatever. How you treat each other tells more about yourself than everything else you can accomplish, seriously. Analyze the Virgo. Look at all the awesome artwork. I should do like a oracle out of this. Probably did. Leo. Just remember to gather the path. I'm gonna put the English one. Remember the path. Together. We're all echoes of eternity. So this is the end of the path. Right, he finished the path of the dragon, activated, and now I think he's leaving Egypt. So this is the last gathering here. It's awesome. When the individual becomes collective, And we find ourselves in the lattice of life sustained by the infinite frequency of love, working in the coherence of being. We realize that there are different perspectives and different ways of thinking, feeling, doing. From my perspective, the heart is the way. Sacred geometry, lines, colors, the art, the tool, created to contemplate, created to remember, created to recognize ourselves. My soul vibrates in gratitude. From Miriam Louisa. Wow. Exactly. Couldn't agree more. Alright, so now let's go. Let's keep going down a little bit. I'm going to show everything. They have done such a work, oh my god, there are panels everywhere. All the walls are covered in geometry. The entire facility is just incredible. Like, I can't even imagine how they did, how much work that is. I'm just showing everything and you can pause it, okay? Because there is so much that the video will last 2 hours. I read everything one by one. The pentaquisdodecaedro. Yo soy la tierra. I am the earth. We're all an evolutionary extension of the same planet. Each individual is not a separate being on the world, but rather we are just different aspects of a single being. Neurons in the Earth's brain. Our goal is to move from a concept of separation to a concept of integration. We get the flower of life here at the entrance, the first panel. I should have started with that, but where I was chilling on the grass for lunchtime. I was taking a nap instead of eating. And with the view, the pyramid on the back, I was like, you know what, look, the pyramid's right here. I was like, you know what, this is now, I need to make a video. Why the flower of life? We've talked about that many times. Yes, the mitosis, the division of the cells, los ciclos del tiempo, del pensamiento. Todo es un fractal interconectado y todos somos reflejos y partes de un ser mayor que todos somos. Yo soy. Yes, so this is the beauty, you know. I was talking yesterday about how it's Siberia, all the cool stuff happening in my life and the events, drama, whatever, but how we all managed, you know, acknowledge, or it all came from a little bit of us, you know, how we heard each other, but then when we all became able to identify it and trying to be better for each other, there was this giant network that is born right now with all branches of life. And this is when it makes it powerful. We all learn from each other and we apply it in our specialty. Time and space, the portals of time and space are open. This is what we did during the meditation last night. That was incredible. I was like having convulsions almost, like it was so powerful. The calendar, okay, this one. The calendar. See, if you look at the lunar calendar, there is 13 months, okay, because there's 13 months of 28 days in each year, right? So technically, it's 12 months, but it's 13 months. And this is why number 13 always has this 12 plus 1 energy of the divine, the universe, the connection to the higher power, right? The 12 apostles plus Jesus. I always say that because it's the most speaking example of the divinity of number 13. But the moons as well, we've based on our calendar on a 12 basis, but when it's actually 13 if you look at it from the Earth standpoint. So number 13 is very powerful, and in the Metatron's cube you have 13 circles, like 13 moons. El año, okay, when does the year start? Yes. And when they are done to lunch, I will go make another video from the story there. Flower of Life. Here is the story. I'm gonna not run, but I'm gonna. You can pause it. You can pause it if you want to. But look at the beauty of the letters. Oh my God, it's like hero. It's like I can almost like read some of the words. It's like I don't know what it means, but I can feel it's real. I feel like it's like a hero story. What is it about? I'm gonna take my time to read it in a little bit, but I want it. It's rare that the wall is available, so look at this. Tonight we are going to the pyramids. Hey, my friend! Tonight we're going to the pyramids right here, and now we're waiting for Matias to do the alignment. Look at this sun. I just gave my painting to Tiago so we can give it to him, and I'm so excited.
Giza, where we are here, 12,000 years ago was called Ruhnila. Ruhnila was the name of the capital of this Atlantean territory that was designed in order for people to become divine. And the whole territory of Tulfa, which is how we used to call the Nile, was designed for that, a culture that makes humans into divine. Todo el camino del Nilo ha sido un camino que nos ha ido trayendo la información de este flujo de sur a norte, en que los maestros se fueron preparando en 33 pasos iniciáticos que luego se integraban en las pirámides. So, the path of the Nile was held by 33 steps that every master had to do before the enlightenment in the pyramids. Me gusta recordarles que las pirámides son la semilla de la creación. I like to remind you that pyramids are the seed of creation. La semilla de la creación es como lo llamamos nosotros octaedro. El octaedro es la estructura básica que nos habla de todos los tiempos y espacios y que está contenida en todas las geometrías. The octahedron is the basic information of the seed of creation with time, space encoded on it, and it's the one inside of all the other geometries. Cuando los atlantes decidieron eh, buscar la divinidad, se dieron cuenta de que la divinidad radicaba en el sonido, la vibración. Por eso durante estos días vamos a estar cantando, haciendo música. Todos tenemos que utilizar nuestro cuerpo para hacer sonido, no solo la voz. The Atlanteans discovered that the divinity was moved by music, sound, because everything is vibration. So that's why during these 3 days of event we will be using music, voice, and also our bodies, not only the voice. La música, porque es la vibración, las frecuencias, es la forma en que todo el universo está conectado y existe. La realidad existe debido a que todo vibra, a que todo tiene un ritmo de vibración. Entonces, todas las estructuras que existen son patrones de sonidos, de vibración, no de sonidos, pero de vibración. So everything that exists in the reality are basically vibration and frequencies in different symphonies that align themselves to manifest reality. So every structure exists because of this vibration. Y luego esa vibración, que se estructura en forma de patrones, genera arquitectura, genera la estructura. So these patterns that are created by vibration then creates the geometry, the architecture. Por lo tanto, lo que hicieron los atlantes fue resumir todos los conceptos básicos del sonido y de la arquitectura para buscar las semillas de la creación que son la base de todas las cosas. So, what the Atlanteans did was to figure out the basic structures in sound and in matter, in matter, to put them together as the seeds of creation. Cuando uno resume las vibraciones y la geometría, tenemos el resultado de tetraedro, octaedro, hexaedro, icosaedro y dodecaedro. Las 5 estructuras básicas, que ellos no les llamaban así, sino que les llamaban tierra, fuego, aire, agua, éter. So, when you make a summary of everything, of all the creation, all the reality, what you have is the main structures of the universe, which is tetrahedron, octahedron, hexahedron, icosahedron, and dodecahedron, which they didn't call like this, but they call as fire, air, earth, water, and ether. Estos 5 elementos eran la constitución básica de todas las cosas, y cuando se unían conformaban la estructura de la flor de la vida. So when you put all these structures together, what they figure out is the flower of life, the seed of life. Esta estructura, si se empieza a multiplicar una vez, otra vez, genera una constante división celular, una constante división, meiosis, mitosis, ¿sí? Que explica cómo el universo es un fractal y cómo nosotros estamos constituidos por todos fractales, cada uno teniendo el mismo diseño, pero con diferentes frecuencias de vibración. So when you start to multiply this pattern, you start to connect a whole grid of patterns that multiplies as fractals, and each one of them are like different spheres that multiply. So like meiosis, mitosis, and every cell, every structure is a fractal of the first one. So we are all constituted by the same patterns, but in different frequencies of vibration. Esto les ayudó a entender a los atlantes que todo estaba conectado en una gran red. Es una gran red de una sola y misma creación que conecta absolutamente cada existencia en diferentes sintonías. So what we had from this knowledge is that everything that exists is conformed by these cells by these structures, so by these main symbols. So this is the first network that was interpreted in the universe. Everything is the same, connected but in different frequencies. Entonces, lo que decían ellos es, para que yo pueda encontrarme a mí mismo como la divinidad, ¿qué tengo que hacer? Tengo que buscar las diferentes vibraciones que me permitan balancear toda la creación y encontrar el camino hacia la primer estructura esencial. Y desde ahí convertirme en el creador. Y a través de mi canto puedo cambiar la realidad. So what they figured out was, if I can understand the frequencies of the entire creation all around, so I can pull those frequencies, try to balance them in such a way that I can figure the main essence, the main structure that was designed in the universe. So being in that seed of creation, I can tune myself as the creator and manifest new realities. Entonces, ¿qué empezaron a hacer? Buscar las primeras esencias, las primeras vibraciones, las primeras frecuencias de esa creación. Y diseñaron idiomas, lenguas, para poder entender esto. So they designed languages and sounds in order to understand this and to bring that information. Y así fue que a partir de cada una de las estructuras de la flor de la vida fueron diseñando las letras de lo que llamamos el abecedario Atlante. So this is how they started to design what we call the letters of the Atlantean alphabet, que es el que está allí, escrito allí, y son las letras que ustedes representan, which is written there and is the letters that you represent. Tenemos entonces 9 vocales, y por cada vocal hay 4 consonantes. We have 9 vowels, and for each vowel we have 4 consonants. Cada una de las letras significa algo en el universo, tiene una frecuencia específica, y esa es la historia que está escrita allí. So, each letter has a meaning in the universe, each sound has a meaning, and the story of these meanings are written there, as a story. Estos sonidos, ¿sí?, lo que iban haciendo era despertando la creación misma. Entonces, cuando se enseñaba, no se enseñaba hablando, sino cantando. So, because the information was given through frequency, those who were teaching information were not just speaking, but they were singing all the time. Por esto, cuando entremos a la pirámide, nos van a poner en sintonía todos, nos van a tener que trabajar el entrar en resonancia, ¿sí? Y lo primero que vamos a hacer acá es trabajar esa resonancia todos los días para que cuando entremos ahí sepamos cómo vibrar. So this is why inside the pyramid we will work with sound, and every day we will work and prepare ourselves to tune each one of the groups. So when we get inside the pyramid, we are ready to resound and work with information. Cuando se suman ciertas letras específicas, se abren informaciones concretas. Como por ejemplo el primer grupo que va a entrar, Mahas. Mahas. Mahas es el portal del tiempo y el espacio. Eso significa, ¿sí? Entonces cada uno de los grupos que va a entrar va a tener una tarea específica. Uno ser la puerta para que los otros sean el tiempo y los otros sean el espacio. Entonces juntos conformen esa información que permita que todas las otras letras puedan descender la información a través de las puertas del tiempo y el espacio. Y así cada grupo va a trabajar con algo específico y vamos a trabajar con esa información específica dentro. So, each one of the letters means something, like for example, Mahas, the first group entering, Mahas. has means the doors, the gates in between time and space. So when we get inside the pyramid, what we will do is to work this main group to open the gates for time and space. So all the rest can download information. Entonces, ¿qué es lo que hace? ¿Qué es lo que hace la red? Que cuando un sonido se expande hacia toda la red como una telaraña, cuando con intención decimos un sonido correctamente, todas las otras partes de la red empiezan a resonar y empieza a descargarse la misma información en todos los nodos. So what is happening when we sing correctly these sounds? What starts to happen is that the entire grid of the network around the planet repeats this like in a spider web. So when we do the right sound, this information goes through every one of the corners of the matrix to make the tuning. A todo esto se le llama la matriz cósmica. This is what we call the cosmic matrix. Sé que por ahí escucharon mucho hablar mal de la madre, de la matriz, ¿sí? Pero escuchan la Matrix, hay que salirse de la Matrix, hay que salir de la Matrix. Yo les explico qué es salir de la Matrix. Es nacer, ¿sí? Es lo que hicieron todos, salir del útero, ¿sí? Salirse de la Matrix es salir de mamá, ¿sí? No sé si hicieron terapia ya. ¿Todos hicieron terapia para salir de mamá? ¿Y pudieron? ¿Pudieron salir de mamá o les pidieron permiso para venir acá? Como hice yo. So I know that many of you have listened that Matrix is something wrong and we have to get out from the Matrix, but this is actually something that we all do. Because when we are born, we are out of Matrix, which is out of the womb of the mother. And getting out of the womb of the mother is to be born. It's that simple. It's how it is to get out of Matrix, being born. But then you have to get out from the mother. So have you done the therapy for that? So I was just saying in Spanish that that maybe you had to ask permission to your mom to come here. Yes, I did. Entonces todos estamos acá buscando salir de la madre. ¿Para qué? Para ser nosotros mismos. So why are we here trying to get out from the mother? Because we are trying to be ourselves. ¿Y qué significa ser nosotros mismos? Ser creadores de nuestra propia vida. So what it means to be free ourselves, to be creators of our own life. ¿Y cómo creo mi propia vida? Volviéndome la madre. So how do I create my own life? Becoming the mother. O sea que me tengo que volver yo la Matrix para poder crear una nueva. So I have to become the Matrix so I can create a new one. La Matrix que tenemos hoy no es mala, es simplemente que está sintonizada en una conciencia anterior. So the Matrix that we have today is not wrong. It's just tuned in a different and old frequency. Es como si todos quisiéramos escuchar, no sé, música pop y la radio sigue pasando música clásica. It's like if we are trying to listen pop music and radio just plays classical music. Entonces seguimos unos cuantos siglos atrás en resonancia y por eso creemos que es malo, pero simplemente que es resintonizarlo. So we think that is wrong because we are like in a different tune, a few hundred of years ahead. Los atlantes decían que una cosa es la red vegetal, otra la red animal, la red mineral, la red humana. ¿Sí? Entonces, la red humana está desintonizada de la red planetaria y hay que volver a sintonizarla, ¿no? So, they said that there are many networks. The Atlanteans said that there are many nets. And one of the nets is the mineral, the other one is the vegetal, the other one is the animal, vegetal, mineral, and human. So So the network of humans is not in tune with the network of the planet. Entonces lo que venimos a hacer es a calibrar esa frecuencia desde la central eléctrica de esa red. So what we are doing here is to tune a little bit this frequency for us to be much more aligned, and we are coming here because this is the central of energy from the network. ¿Por qué es la central? Porque estos son los octaedros más grandes de la historia.
Claro.
This is the central because these are the octahedrons, the hugest octahedrons of history. Una pirámide es un octaedro y este país está lleno de octaedros que son semillas estelares. Es decir, no son para señalarnos el cielo, son para construir el cielo en la tierra. El plan que los atlantes llamaban Atertumti, el cielo en la tierra. So these pyramids are seeds of creation here on this planet. Okay, so it's not, these octahedrons are not to connect with above, they are to bring heaven on earth. The plan that the Atlanteans used to call Atartumti, bring heaven on earth.
Soy el árbol de la vida, soy la luna, soy el sol, soy el día, soy la noche, soy la vida en expansión, que sus cuerpos, hijos míos, resuenen en mi cantar.
Sí. So sometimes we go to the heavens, sometimes we go to the hell inside. Porque depende de qué cosa tenemos que trabajar cada uno, se va buscando la sintonía. Es importante entender que no es que hay personas que están mal en sintonía, sino que están sintonizadas con la tarea. Y a veces no es necesario estar en armonía justamente porque lo que se busca es encontrar cosas muy densas para sacarlas a la luz. So it's not that everyone has to be perfect. It's about what is the task that we are doing. So sometimes there are some people that that seems that they are not tuned, but they are really tuned with the task that we need in that moment. So don't look for the perfection in this task, okay? Just tune with yourself. Bueno, entonces como dije, lo que estamos haciendo es ir por cada uno de los conceptos de las letras para expandirlo hacia la red. So what we are doing inside is to go through each one of the concepts of the letters to spread it in the network. Bueno,
Que mi canto sea uno en el latido de tu lleva hijo, porta hija, el latido de mi corazón.
So it has to be 6 months. Flower of life. I hear this is awesome. They put a giant wall. Everybody's drawing. I'm gonna go draw something tomorrow for lunchtime, I think. This is awesome. This was completely white yesterday. Like everybody's working on it. So cool. Everybody is unique. Everybody is so talented, has so much. And this is really one thing that came out also during our connection this morning, is that the knowledge wants to be out. We all have so much knowledge and power within us that we want to express. And the catharsis is so important, expressing.
Definitely not the best painter.
I never say that. Just
Expressing our gifts, sharing with the world.
Okay.
Wow, look at this one. The Pachamama right here. Wow, love it. Ready?
Trying to make it perfect, but perfection is boring. Look, we got it.
Look, the cells
Like realistic.
with the flower of life inside. Oh, I love that. Very cool. And what's here? There's more. Oh, wow. Oh, look at that. Wow. Where does this come from? Who makes that? These are colorings. These are all colorings. Ah, I should put my, I'm gonna draw something. I'm gonna put my Pachamama art on it. Look at this one. That's the little pyramid. Yay! Traversing the field. Everybody's here, hanging out. Not bad of a spot to hang out.
The next song is Idyllian, and everyone knows it. So this song was born in a very magical place in Argentina, in Capilla del Monte. And it was born in the moment when we were preparing the keys that I was about to sow around the planet in 2012 to open every gate. And when we were cleaning the keys, two rainbows appeared, blue rays of light, lightnings came, and it was very magical. And while we were doing the ceremony, Sabrina started to sing this song that became an anthem of our path. We will sing it in Spanish, in Portuguese, in Sight, in Atlantean language, and in English. Cante conmigo, Vamos a cantar. Calma el agua, mi alma. Arrulla tierra mi cuerpo. Respira el aire de mi hablar. Enciende y libera mi fuego. Calma el agua, mi alma. Arrulla tierra mi cuerpo. Respira el aire de mi hablar. Enciende y libera mi fuego. Calma, agua, calma. Embálate en el cosmos. Respira agua, afaga. Acende e libera meu fogo. Calma, agua, calma. Embálate no meu corpo. Respira, vaga, fala. Acende e libera meu fogo. Tenye wasesorama. Wasote tu bedekma. Infise libre al alma.
Honestly, he's sweeter than
Infine
that
el
puppy.
sol de vida.
More confident and sweeter than our coconut.
Tenye wasesorama. Wasote tu bedekma. Infise libre al alma. Infine el sol de vida.
Hello, my ladies. How are you today?
Good.
Final day.
Yes. Okay, so you want to say a few words about the trip and how it was in the pyramids and how we were all feeling yesterday and how it is today now?
Fanny, that's so many questions. You
I
said you'd
know.
ask one question.
Go with whatever you like.
You go first.
So in the pyramid it was really intense. We had like a big task to do. We had to find the unity between the polarities, so between dark and light. And so it was kind of a transformational process for us, and not everyone felt well in the situation there. Because for me, I felt not really harmonic. I know other people felt harmonic. Some people felt not harmonic. So kind of mix what people said about it. And yesterday we had like very heavy emotions in the beginning, and then we transformed it in our spirit group. So we were like talking about it, and we were able to bring these emotions out. And after this, I felt I was crying in the end, but then I felt like so much better, and that it's also okay to argue and to be not happy about it how it was, but in the end it had its perfect purpose, and this is what I just needed to understand.
What do you think?
I don't know. There's not a lot coming to me to say right now.
You were on fire last night during the concert.
Dancing.
You want to talk about that?
It felt really powerful to sing together as the earth especially after we'd all connected to the nodes, and the earth group were really connected to their role and the air group really connected to their role, and it was just like the sense of unity and of like celebration of Gaia was so powerful, you know, like it was like, I don't know, it was like, and the song that we co-created was like a Hans Zimmer song or something. It felt like the song from planet Earth, like it felt like the song of Earth. It was just so beautiful. It's a really humbling experience to be a part of something. It's like it resonates. That's for me anyway, that's the point in life, is to be a part of something greater than myself, and to know myself as like a fractal of the whole, or like a node as a part of this network. And it's just, I'm receiving so much in that way, and learning how to take that into life with me when I leave this incredible, beautiful, sacred space, and how to just continue to show up as the fractal of consciousness that I have incarnated to embody, you know. So that's what's up. I think Josie described the pyramids pretty beautifully.
Yes.
And you the other process.
And I will say, like last night before I left, I was looking at the pyramids and connecting with them again, and I had this feeling of like, before I came here, this is the end of a 12,000 year cycle, or so it felt like the completion. And I was like, oh, I guess it's an ending. There's sadness and a bit of grief, but since the pyramid, like since being there, since leaving the temple, like I've known like this is the beginning of the new mission, like very strongly. And last night I was looking at the pyramids again and feeling this like love for how it just feels like Atlantis all over again, like everything we're doing, and looking around at everyone in the field, like it feels just like Atlantis all over again. And it's really cool to like, the experience I had when I looked at the pyramid last night before I left was, like we are birthing this again now. We're birthing this energy in the world again. This is Atlantis again. There's nothing to feel sad about, because this is like the beginning of, like, or this is a continuation that we're awake again. We've switched on. We've tuned on again, and it's only going to continue to get more and more Atlantean around here, I think, or like more and more. Yeah, heart-centered. And
it's so nice to meet people who are on the same path, and we have conversations here. If we would have them outside with just other people, they would say, maybe if they are empathic, like, oh, it's interesting what you say, but I can't connect with this. And here it's like we are talking about stuff, about our true inner world, and we just find the connection and people understand us.
Yeah.
And that's like, I think this is like my way to learn that I should spend more time in spaces where I really belong to. And this is what I want to give like to everyone now.
Yeah.
That this is like, find a place where you feel comfortable with everything that wants to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel so full of love, and so like I just want to go and feel love and share love with everyone and be like, you're loved to everyone that I meet. So yeah.
Yes, this is so cool, and I love how you specified that the yesterday, like, you know, we were like kind of arguing in the group, and we did a lot of like transmutation work, and now we needed a day, you know, to process all that, and now we're all like good night's sleep and feel so good, and we had the Pachamama with us yesterday, the Peru. I think it was just amazing to have
That was awesome.
the Peru, the Peruvian, you know, that is such a powerful culture, and here in Egypt, that is the other like main culture. To me, they are the two main, you know, huge culture on earth to represent the sacred civilization. So it's so cool.
It was so cool. It was so cool. And we've embodied that because we had that feeling of argument, and then transmuting those feelings and transmuting the part of ourselves that needs to defend itself or needs to like define itself or, you know, be better or, you know, explain itself. Like now that we've had that experience, like we can transmute that in the world, you know, like it's embodied in us. And that's what the world needs. That's the reality of polarity, and that's that's the medicine that I feel like as a group we have alchemized to take into the world together.
Thank you so much, Alma. That was perfect, amazing.
Nice.
Thank you, my ladies.
Thank you.
And also be a little bit crazy outside.
Words are portals. Words go into other dimensions. Use your words wisely. Speak with intention. Speak from the heart. Speak less and with meaning. Words are about giving and receiving. When the inner voice matches the outer voice, you create reality. You are a fractal of the original voice and verb. If your thinking, doing and feeling are the same, you are coherent. The distortion was always there.
So these are the words that Matias said in the pyramid, right? That you collected?
Yes, like
when he
I think when he was channeling Gabriel.
The Archangel Gabriel, yes.
Maybe somebody else does the intro for that.
1 second, can I write down what I said?
Yes.
That's what we wanted to do. So what Fanny wrote is words are distortions. They are our powerful tool and weapon as well. There are no words good enough to convey our divine greatness. Yet they are a tool for us to learn to diffuse our own light. No. To diffuse our light and the message.
Yes, to the world.
To the world.
That's not exactly how he said it, but this is how I
understand.
Someone has a really nice calligraphy, so we cannot everybody understands. Oh, sorry.
So before he was channeling, he was saying, I remember that, he was saying, thank your father and mother.
Yes.
Because of them you're here. Thank your bad. Accept it, because of that you're here. Thank your what others see in you as good and what you feel as good in you. Because of that you're here. And accept who you are and acknowledge your being. So you are? And he said, now you are the known and you're here. And he said, I am a God. I don't know at what time he said. He said, I am God. That was very profound.
And he said, we are all God.
We are all God.
Yeah.
Yeah, write it down.
We are writing down, we're trying to write down everything that was said. We're here with our group, awesome group.
I'm gonna write mine on the computer and send it to you.
Did like a practice, like a...
I don't know, we just, maybe you can do it like...
So what I remember from the pyramid, yes, the thing that really struck me, because I'm a lot into communication and words, so he was saying when he was channeling the Archangel Gabriel, that words are distortion. What we have done with the words are sickness to this world or something like that. But it wasn't just negative, because the words can be a weapon, right? Because the meaning is that there's no words that can convey so much, like our divine essence or emotions. Like yesterday when we were in a group trying to say what happened, what we're feeling, no one could exactly, like, it was a lot of words, but and as Satya said, she was like, we just want to stare at each other and feel like the emotion of what we have and what we are. So sometimes the emotions are so strong that, you know, you try to put more words and more words and more words, just because you can't grasp this exact feeling and sensation of what we're experimenting. So this is what I understood from it, but at the same time, he said that we have to use the words. You have to use the words or communication or expression. For me, the arts, for example, but our creativity. I was talking about creativity yesterday. We are creators. We have to create, to manifest. And because this is what allows us to spread our light and to diffuse our messages to the world. Yes, and there was a lot of screaming in the pyramids, a lot of... and you know, the day before I saw this papyrus with like the final trial, and you know, when the balance between the heart and the feather, you know, at the end of your life you have to weigh your heart. If it's heavier than the feather, then you go to hell or whatever that place is, and if the light is lighter, if the heart is lighter, you go to heaven. And this is really the feeling that personally I had in the pyramid, when there was like Matias on one side and this entity that was making the noises that wanted to be heard. And I felt like this was this balance, right, between two, and that we're merging just to transmute. And I felt like it was all of our hearts, like everybody was screaming, that was crazy and dissonance, but it was all of the hearts of the people who want to be heard and have this message. This creativity, when you have so much potential and creativity within you, and if you're not putting it out there, it eats you from within. So it was all these nodes, all these people, these indigenous peoples and tribes that haven't been heard for so many generations, right? That wanted to let everything out. So a need for expressions to be diffused. This is what I felt from it. And then the day after, we were all like trying to figure out really what happened. And today I feel like everybody is full of love. And this morning I saw on my Facebook from Gaia TV that on the 11/11, Matias was in a country, I don't remember what country, but they had the garbage people on strike. And that there was the garbage everywhere in the city. And that he went to the mountain and the elementals told him that they were going to take care of it, help to clean up the garbage. And the elements came and there was a lot of wind and fire and water that cleaned up everything. And now the cycle that's closing from the 222, the 11/11 and now the 222, right? 222 is like the spiritual garbage pretty much that we were like cleansing as well. So it's like the cycle from the physical, emotional, and the spiritual that we're completing for a new, cleaner like basis. Yes.
Very energetic mandala is a talisman connected to your sacral and crown chakras. These two energetic centers are profound and important gateways, as they are the doors to spiritual peace and physical love. Just like fireworks, your emotions are explosive and colorful. They might be delicate to handle sometimes, but they are definitely meant to be expressed. Make of each day an opportunity to bring love, peace, and compassion to the world in your very special way.
Oh, thank you.
You might not always receive from where you give, but be assured that these precious treasures will echo back to you and surround your beloved home and family.
Oh, that is so
beautiful.
Beautiful. You're
Thank
welcome. Moving Earth next. Okay.
That when you give, you don't get back? Yes. In the way.
Oh man.
It's amazing.
Thank you.
Okay, so Booming Earth, here we go.
No, you got plenty. Yeah, very good.
Please, story time is so fun. Okay, story time, Booming Earth.
Okay.
You got, ooh, okay. Ooh. Wow. Yes, okay, good. Yeah. You see how to do it, right? Okay, here we go. Two powerful goddesses, Kuan Yin and Gaia, also called Pachamama, have brought their energies together to inspire this mandala. It has been created with the intention of bringing protection and harmony into your home and your life. Like a protective mother, your heart thrives with compassion for the beings of this world, and your soul longs for peace. This natural tranquility can get disturbed and bring frustration when you feel powerless before an event or a situation. As much as you want to make the world happy, you just cannot save everybody. So, let it be. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, and use your empathy as an asset to raise compassion and spread harmony.
Thank you.
This is my soul. My body's moved by air. Breathe the air of my voice. Enlighten and set free my fire. Water is my soul. My body's stood by earth. Breathe the air of my voice. And I set free my body.
One last video from the pyramid. I finally found the spot. We're right in front of the Mena house and the pyramid with the logo of the Arsayian Foundation right behind me. I have the painting here. I'm gonna show it to the group in a little bit, but as everybody went for lunch, I thought that'd be a good time to get that beautiful shot finally from Florida to, so the sun is on the other side, so it's probably not the best luminosity, but who can beat that view? Like from Florida to Cairo, Egypt, we are all together to reactivate the pyramid. So we're groups of 33 people, and tonight we're gonna visit the pyramid with Matias, and it's been crazy. So we were all assigned a node, right, a group, and my node was Siberia, and that was so funny because we were doing this activation this morning, and we all felt like it was a land that needed to be heard, right? And because these territories that are kind of like there's so much land there that is not inhabited because the conditions of living are so extreme, but there is still a lot of culture, a lot of shamanism there, and that needs to be heard
heard, and we were so vibrating with the sound yesterday, and wow, I realized afterwards of this video I recorded at the hotel, we had to make this research about the public figures of our nodes, and this video I recorded was about all the kind of like the cool events that happened in my life and all my favorite people and figures, and I was like, oh, it's crazy. I was actually doing what I'm supposed to do for the node, for myself, because I'm connected at the individual level to that land, that when we do the work at the individual level, it resonates then on the collective level as well. So it's, even though these things seem small, oh, you know, we're just doing a meditation. No, because we're all doing at the same time, we're connecting to all of these points and ripples. You know, we're doing this meditation and humming, and I could feel the resonance like all over the land of like Siberia. We're probably gonna see something tomorrow in the news, like, you know, giant UFO over Siberia or something like that. But we're actually, the first exercises we did yesterday with Matias, there was this giant, the rain came, there was this giant dragon over us, and all the elements, right, were awakening. So it is really powerful. And our node is the verb, the L. So he was explaining the letters of the Atlantean language, which was super interesting because the letters in Atlantean, they're all based on the Merkaba, right? And this is how they shape the letters. And the fire letters I've been working on, they're shaped on the body. I feel they're like body letters. So it resonates, you know, the geometry, the universe, and the DNA, and the fire letters with the body, like the external, what you see, but also what we have within. So all of these, like, with all of this resonance, and I realized how much our words manifest. This is where we have to be mindful of our language and the words that we use, or the image that you post, because the situation recreates. It's crazy. I really feel like I've been recoding the matrix with the paintings, with the images, with the words, and it's super powerful. So once you have access to that power, and through the painting you see how much energy there is here. I'd like to see, I'm gonna switch the view after, so you can see with a better light. Maybe stick a picture in the video when I edit it. But yes, I'm so excited. The pyramids right here, pyramid right next to me. It's pretty much the only reason I'm doing this video, just to show all the journey, right? All this journey to get here. I can't wait. I went to visit the most incredible papyrus shop and museum yesterday. They were, of course, yes. You get the preview. Yeah, it's nice. With that view, I was like, I'm gonna start.
Oh yeah, it would be like awesome. I just will lay here and listen.
Absolutely.
Nice.
So I went to visit this papyrus store yesterday and museum, and they were explaining all the stories, right, about the Egyptians, the cultures, the goddesses, the traditions. So I will make a video about the papyrus when I get back to the US, because so you can have the images. But I do feel that they're already around us. All these entities, the spirit that have been carried on through all these eons, and they're all here around us, and we embody them. Like, we connect to one. I'm really connected to Isis. See, I have the Ankh right here, and really connected to Isis. But I discovered new stories about like Nefertari, or there was Cleopatra, all of that. I got a bunch of papyrus. Amazing. Yes, so the electricity, I already explained pretty much everything, I think, but I didn't realize how much it manifests. Like, pretty much everything that is in this painting, whatever Matias was saying, or even the scenes that were happening, it's like I experienced it, I could feel it, and it's, everybody can feel it. We're all in synchrony now, we're synchronizing. That's what's happening. We're being all together right here. So then wherever we go back, we bring back this energy that can ripple out all around us, okay, just like an ocean. So yeah, I'm gonna tour now. I want to tour a little bit the premises, because they have done an incredible work of putting such information about the Atlantean culture, the letters, the stories, the astrology, all of these. So I'm gonna pause, I'm gonna go around and show all of it, so I can share with you little paintings right here that I didn't present yet. So this one with the wings, right? And I was mentioning yesterday that our node is L. L in French means wings, right? The wings. And the Atlantean was a water civilization, right? And it's known that it was taken over by water because of all these powers that were this powerful energy that would like be so strong that it would surround everything, right? If we're not ready, that's why we're all preparing here, consciously and even subconsciously for the rest of the people who are not here to do the work, but they're still doing it energetically. It's beautiful wings, like love and wings and travel. I'm excited to go visit also the rest of Egypt after this event. So let me put some, and I got my sun here. Let's see. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention also in the other video was why is it important that I'm showing all these paintings and that we learn to do the mandalas, to co-create this energy within our house, because we always look for the external stuff, right? We love the crystals, we love like doing the yoga, the massages, or the oils, you know, all these utilization of resources from the earth. But the earth is struggling because if you keep using these resources, she uses more and more and more of it energy to reproduce some, and it's draining, really draining. So we need to help as well by producing, being the producer as well, not just the consumer, but the producers. And by creating things like this, you're creating the same energy. These have the energy of crystals. Like this is like a giant crystals, right? There's gold energy, there is electricity, and it does work. And I do believe that everything I explained about that, the solar energy and the sound, when we were doing the sound, the humming, I could literally visualize like the resonance all the way over Siberia or Node, like this giant echo. So we will be able to reduce our consumption of resources, of crystals and oils and stuff, to convert all that with we will be the power plants, right? With our energy, we can create that. And because the subtle manifests so much, like I have so many proofs, like how I write something, literally, I write something and within a second it manifests in situations of everyday life. It's so funny. It's so crazy.
Questa è fuori l'occhio. Sì, sì. Sì. Con o olho. Yeah.
Sorry.
Zero, two, two. It's because we are in a world of duality, so we are using the code of duality, but the sum of all this is 12, which is the 12 levels of consciousness in which we are trying to connect in the dodecahedron. Los 12 rostros de la Tierra, the 12 faces of Earth. Así que hoy vamos a encender ese Merkaba, en ese fuego sagrado, la chispa divina, para sembrar la semilla en cada uno de los 12 rostros de la tierra y en cada uno de nuestros 12 rostros interdimensionales. So today what we will do is to use this code to work with the 12 gates of the planet, the 12 main portals of the planet, to ignite the spark, the spiritual spark, and download it as a seed in each one of the 12 phases of Earth and also in our 12 phases in every dimension. La Tierra tiene 12 rostros mirando en 12 direcciones diferentes. Nosotros también. Hoy vamos a llamar a esas otras 11 partes de nosotros mismos que están en otras dimensiones para formar nuestro propio mundo. Recuerden que estamos trabajando en equipo. So today we are not only working with the 12 phases of Earth, but the 12 phases of ourselves, 12 phases that we have in different dimensions. So we will call to the other 11 that each one of us have, so in order to connect with our own personal world. Bien. Creo que ya está. I think that's it. Bueno, debo agradecer a todos.
Vamos a pedir a nuestro Pachamama. Siempre nosotros vivimos encima de la Pachamama, ¿no? Entonces pedimos, tocamos al suelo las manos.
Ahora como now we will all receive the energy we
Muy bien, muchísimas gracias. Para cerrar, les vamos a pedir que enviemos todas nuestras energías a la mamita. Les pido que todos pongan sus manos en su frente y conecten con lo mejor de su sabiduría, que es su correcto pensar.
Como somos mamíferos, ¿sí? y vivimos en un mundo de polaridad, al ser mamíferos, cuando se dice llama gemela, solemos pensar en alguien con quien reproducirnos. ¿No? ¿No le pasa? ¿Mamíferos? Una estrella de mar no tiene este problema. Mago tampoco. Solo los humanos, los mamíferos, tenemos ese problema de la llama gemela que buscamos reproducirnos todo el rato. So we have a problem with the twin flame, and it's because we are mammals. Because we are mammals in a world of duality, we have been designed in order to reproduce by duality. This is why when we are trying to find the other part of ourselves, we usually start to think about reproduction. This is why when we think about the twin flame, we immediately think about meeting someone to mate, reproduce. Okay? For sure it happens to you, isn't it? Oh, my twin flame. The prince, the princess.
Come on.
Entonces, ¿qué es la llama gemela? Ese símbolo es el fuego, por lo tanto, un fuego hacia arriba, un fuego idéntico hacia abajo, es la llama gemela. ¿Sí? Esas dos llamas son las que constituyen el fuego de la vida y que básicamente tiene que ver con la hélice del ADN, ¿sí? Con el movimiento de la energía interna y tiene que ver con el propio fuego vital interno a través de las corrientes positivas y negativas de las cargas eléctricas dentro de la célula. Ah, la mierda, amor. Está aburridísimo, ¿no? So, what is the twin flame? The twin flame is you have the fire, which is one up, and another fire, identical. So these two flames are basically the two energies that you need to create life, which are the positive and the negative. Basically, it's the current of energy needed in order to move and create the DNA. So this movement, the spiral of this positive and negative, is basically a chain of magnetical, electrical pattern that creates the path of life inside of a cell. So, no love here, no romance, it's all boring. Entonces, de repente la creación del mercado deja de ser muy romántica y dejamos la reproducción para otra cosa. So, now we leave reproduction for another thing, and the connection of the twin flame is different, it's for another thing. Bien, entonces, cuando las dos llamas se unen, porque tenemos una positiva y una negativa, ¿lo positivo solo sirve? No. Está todo muy bien en lo positivo, pero no pasa nada. Entonces, es como demasiada fuerza para nada, básicamente, ¿no? Entonces, ser todo el tiempo positivo tampoco es bueno. Negativo, solo negativo, tampoco. No se mueve nada, todo inerte, quieto, no tiene ninguna potencia en absoluto, ¿sí? Tampoco sirve ser negativo todo el tiempo, porque no generamos nada. Entonces, por separado no sirven. Básicamente son fuerzas que se necesitan mutuamente la una a la otra para tener movimiento, como un protón y un electrón. So, the two flames by separate, one positive, one negative, they don't work. If we have all the positive, we can't do anything. If we have all negative, we can't do anything. A lot of positive energy, not good. Because you have too much energy but not movement, so you can't do anything. And the negative has nothing of energy but also no movement, no ability to create, no potentiality. That's why positive and negative need each other in order to move, like a proton and an electron. Both together move. Esto, ¿qué nos muestra? Que la existencia, ¿sí? ¿Qué significa existencia? ¿Se acuerdan de esa palabra? Una vez que hablé. en uno de los posts. ¿Qué significa existencia? Remember what the meaning of existence means? What is the meaning?
Yes.
Salir de estar estático. ¿Sí? Starte. Starte es esto. Salgo de eso. ¿Sí? Extare es salir de estar quieto. Eso es lo que significa. So, what is existence? Ex means to go out. Stare means to stay. So, if I, for example, in English you have stare. Okay? Stare. Right there. Okay? But if I extare, I move forward. Okay? So, existence is to stop being quiet and start to move. Así que existencia es dejar de estar quieto en un lugar y moverme. Es decir, que si yo solo soy positivo o solo soy negativo, si soy solo oscuridad o solo soy luz, voy a estar siempre en el mismo lugar, a no ser que me una y empiece a existir. ¿Se entiende? Es decir, que toda la existencia se vale de las dos fuerzas para que pueda haber movimiento. So, this means that if I am only positive and light, or I am only darkness, shades, there's nothing. I can't do anything. So I need both together in order to exist, to move forward, to create. So all existence needs both. Cuando se unen las dos, en ese instante en que se unifican las dos fuerzas, es cuando se manifiesta la existencia. Y esa es el hexaedro. So in the minute when these two forces get together and start to exist, is when the hexahedron appears. El hexaedro es exactamente el Merkaba, ¿sí? Solamente que lo estamos viendo en forma de cubo, porque es una estructura compacta, ¿sí? El Merkaba no es una estructura compacta, pero el cubo sí. Cuando vemos la forma del cubo, vamos a recordar que es en realidad el Merkaba. So when we see the cube now, it's the Merkaba. But the shape of the Merkaba with the two structures like this is not a compact energy. So it's not a stabilized information. That's why it's not one of the main geometrical codes. So how do we explain this unity of Merkaba? Through the hexahedron. The hexahedron is that unity. ¿Okay? O sea que el hexaedro es el símbolo de la existencia. So the hexahedron is the symbolism of existence. Por lo tanto, todo lo que existe, todo lo que es real, entre comillas, ¿sí? Sabemos qué es real, ¿sí? Todo lo que es real está constituido en la forma del hexaedro. So everything that is real is constituted by the shape of the hexahedron. What is real? ¿Qué es real? Recordemos la etimología de la palabra. Real significa cualidad de la cosa. ¿Sí? De latín res y qualitate. ¿Sí? Real, qualitate, res. Entonces, cualidad de la cosa. ¿Sí? Es decir, una cosa que tiene la cualidad de ser esa cosa. Esa es la realidad. ¿Sí? Es una cosa que tiene una cualidad para hacer esa cosa. ¿Sí? Entonces, ¿qué es real? Todo aquello que tenga la cualidad para hacer eso. ¿Sí? Básicamente es eso.
porque muchas veces necesitamos para escaparnos de esta realidad y buscar algo mucho más allá, afuera. Eso es el instante en que somos solamente tetraedro, fuego. Pero para ser tierra, tengo que convertirme en el núcleo, en el elemento donde estoy. Por eso tengo que visualizar también el Merkaba, ¿sí? Hacia abajo también. So when we as humans, when we sit like this to meditate, and we only think about one tetrahedron, we usually are willing to go up to the heavens and escape this reality and try to think about the spiritual realm and that stuff. But actually, in order to really use our potential, we have to manifest where we are here, now, in this reality. So that's why we have to think about the Merkaba, not only one facing up, but also facing down, with the other structure going down. So when you have the twin flame activated like this, you become what you are connecting with, not connect with that. Esa cualidad de ser reales es algo que solo pueden hacer los seres de la tercera, sobre todo. That quality of being real is something that only the beings in the third dimension can do. The basis of the universe, which are for us now the elements, air, fire, earth, water, and in the center we have the ether. Entonces el tetraedro es el elemento fuego llamado también la chispa divina. So the tetrahedron is the element of fire, also known as the divine spark. La chispa divina es ese código que es el pulso de la energía vital, como escribí ayer, positivo y negativo, uniéndose, generan ese pulso vital que da lugar a la vida. As I said yesterday, this spark is the vital pulse of positive and negative that gives place to life. Cuando empezamos a sumar un tetraedro al lado del otro en línea, ¿sí?, lo que vamos a encontrar es una doble hélice. Vamos a ver cómo los tetraedros, al unirse en positivo, negativo, en lugar de combinarse como el Merkaba, se ponen uno al lado del otro, se ordenan en positivo, negativo, positivo, negativo, positivo, negativo, y generan una doble hélice, que es la estructura básica de ese fuego del ADN, que es la cadena de fósforo que unifica a las 4 bases fundamentales de la vida: guanina, timina, adenina, citosina, ¿sí? Entonces tenemos las 4 bases de la vida, los 4 triángulos de la estructura del tetraedro, que van conectadas con esta cadena, ¿sí?, de hélice. Entonces, ¿qué somos nosotros? Somos fuego, ¿sí? Nuestro ADN básicamente está ordenado a través del patrón del fuego. Por eso cuando activemos el fuego, ¿qué estamos haciendo? Activando el ADN para despertar todos los códigos que están ocultos en nosotros, esperando a despertar en el potencial divino. So, how does this tetrahedron works with us? So we have, when you have the symbol of the tetrahedron up and tetrahedron down together, we have the Merkaba. But when you put one aside the other, connected through one of the faces, you will start to get one positive, one negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, and so on. And you will see how all of these tetrahedrons shape a double helix, okay? That shapes the DNA. So when you put in line positive, negative of the tetrahedron, you have the code of what you have inside. And that's the chain of phosphorus, okay, that connects the fire, that ignites the fire of information. What they connect? 4 triangular faces that you have there, which are the bases of life. Guanine, cytosine, thymine, and adenine. Okay? The bases of the DNA that are encoded in this shape of the tetrahedron. So basically, when we are saying activate the element of fire, what we are actually doing is to activate the DNA that encodes the divine spark. So when we ignite the fire, we are actually igniting the DNA, so all the information that is stored in these patterns can wake up. Okay? So that's the process we are doing. Este proceso sucede todo el tiempo. Es decir, ahora que ustedes están acá tomando este hermoso sol, ¿sí?, están recibiendo unas horribles radiaciones mortales que están rompiendo la estructura constante de sus tetraedros, ¿sí? Y eso se llama mutación y evolución, ¿sí? Es decir, todos somos diferentes gracias a esta arma mortal que llamamos el Sol y que destruye constantemente nuestros tetraedros. Hermoso. Matando la espiritualidad acá. How this pattern is activated? Well, this is not happening only now. This happens every day, all the time. The changes of that DNA. For example, now that you're receiving this beautiful light of the sun, that actually is killing you. Mortal, killing rays of sun that you have evolved to support, to support, but actually they are killing us very slowly. And what they do is to basically break this structure of the tetrahedrons that are perfectly aligned. So these rays of light are modifying that in a process that we call mutation. And that mutation happens every day, and also we call that evolution. Okay, so basically evolution and mutation is how the killing rays of the sun are breaking all the structures of the tetrahedrons within us. And that's killing spirituality. Sorry. Entonces, el proceso evolutivo siempre sucede, ¿sí? No es que, hoy es el día, es el momento. Pero, ¿qué pasa? Ese mismo proceso lo podemos hacer desde el subconsciente, desde el inconsciente o desde el consciente. So, if this process happens every day and is something common in reality, so what makes this different? It's not that we are activating the DNA today. The only thing that we are doing is to change the way in which it happens. It can be through subconscious, it can be through unconscious, and it can be through conscious. Recordemos qué significa estos tres conceptos. Empecemos con la conciencia. Con significa conjunto, simple, ¿sí? Conjunto. Ciencia significa partir cosas, cortar cosas en diferentes partes, ¿sí? Sindere es cortar. Entonces, ¿qué es la conciencia? Es la unión de todas las partes. Eso es lo que significa conciencia, ¿sí? Cuando todas las partes se unen. So, first of all, let's understand what it means consciousness. Consciousness comes from the word conscientiae. That means con, means with, or the conjunction of something. And cinder, science, means parts, to cut in different parts. Okay? So, what means consciousness? Means the ability to put together all the different parts. ¿Ok? That's consciousness. Entonces el
just did the group activity. Hey, I'm here with Josie. We just did the group activities with 1,500 persons, 1,400 people, like a giant circle, like 3 circles, like a mandala, and a spiral, and singing. That was crazy because the sky was blue before we started, and when we started singing, the clouds started surrounding us. Literally, there were clouds surrounding us all over. So that was pretty cool. Last day, enjoying the place.
To give us now as we begin these next steps. Okay?
I don't know how they
Lisa?
Wait a second.
Thank you. Sure.
Wow. Tomatillo?
Tomatillo is the name of it. It's called Physalis in German.
What is the name of the cards?
They're Atlantis cards.
Atlantis
You
cards?
don't know
Nice.
Because it has.
They're
same
from
lantern
Atlantis. Yeah, they're based
skin.
on Atlantis, channeled
Very
from
nice,
Atlantis.
thank you.
They're the cards I read.
Did you bring these?
Yeah, I watered them yesterday.
Oh, nice.
So,
Put the skin in there?
again?
Well, it's the idea is to pick one, that it's like one message, and then you guys, your vibration is also shared in the cards, and so that's the but you can pick 2 if there's 2 that resonate. You can pick 2, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, and now?
Now you read.
What cards do you have?
Okay. Enlightenment. In golden Atlantis, the people were all enlightened beings who achieved the state of divine illumination by living serene. Contemplative lives, honoring and respecting all people and the natural world. They maintained their high frequency by being in the moment, radiating love and appreciation, all that they had. By holding positive attitudes and trusting the flow of life, they had a constant connection with the divine and knew they were part of the oneness. Being. The guidance is to stop doing and striving. Forget about tomorrow. Just still your mind and be in the now. In this quiet time, contemplate the wonders of life and appreciate all that you have to do, including the opportunity for life on Earth. Your reward will be the inner peace and a sense of divine connection. Enlightenment is being in oneness. Yes, but I read this card is really hitting me because I read the sentence wrong. Appreciate all that you do have. And I said all you have to do because my mind is like always trying to do more and this, I need to do this.
Striving?
Yeah, striving. So I read the sentence ironically wrong because it's resonating with what I
Your mindset.
need to do. So perfect. Wow. Crazy.
When the Atlantean time came to its end, the people from the fields and the oceans came to the river and created a symbol honoring the new age coming, the end of Virgo and the beginning of Leo, doing a lion that thousands of years after, its head was turned into a person, human face, but the energy of the lion is still there. This lion was the protector of the age of Leo, which was the time of the I Am, the time when the network was started to be weaved. Cuando la era de Leo terminó, cuando fue el fin de ese periodo histórico y todos los que poblaban esta tierra tuvieron que marcharse, hubo una junta que se hacían llamar los protectores de la conciencia, Basikiri, y se reunieron frente al león para honrarlo y decirle que cuando sea el momento, en el tiempo espejo, se iban a volver a juntar delante para decirle que el nuevo tiempo ha comenzado. So, when the age of Leo ended, a group of people that had to leave this land got together in front of the lion to honor it and to say that in the mirror time we would gather again to say, now the time starts again. El tiempo espejo de la era de Leo es la era de Acuario. The mirror time of Leo is the age of Aquarius. Y es el tiempo que estamos comenzando. Por eso nos volvemos a reunir una vez más después de 12.000 años frente al león, a Basik, el guardián. This is why 12,000 years after we meet again in front of the lion, Basik, the guardian, to say that we are here, para decir que aquí estamos, to begin a new cycle, para comenzar un nuevo ciclo. Gracias por volver a casa. Thank you for coming back home.
This song emerged from the underground when the 14 that started this path that are here went underground 60 meters under behind the Sphynx to Osiris shaft. And when we got inside the waters, we thought that the power of the axis would be very masculine, but actually the energy of the earth started to sing this song for us. So we sing it for you. Así que se las cantamos a ustedes.
Yo soy la tierra y no importa el dolor. Las lágrimas mojan en mi viejo corazón.
Somos partes de una tierra muy herida. Hasta el cielo llora a veces esta realidad. La violencia sobrevuela todo el tiempo, pero se puede cambiar cuando el miedo va guiando nuestros pasos. No hay salida y ya no hay donde escapar. Siempre habrá lugar para comenzar. Pedir ayuda te puede salvar. Cuidarnos, querernos, valorarnos. lo que ofrecemos. Este mundo lastimado nos pide amor y respeto, tan iguales, tan distintos. No importan las diferencias, somos muchos que pedimos. Quiero un mundo sin violencia. Nuestras manos con más manos se hacen fuertes. Nadie puede nuestros sueños desechar. Siempre habrá la oportunidad. Pedir ayuda te puede salvar. Cuidarnos, querernos, valorar lo que ofrecemos.
Bueno, vamos a ir un poco más acá. Vamos a volver a Argentina con un tema que por lo menos a mí me marcó la vida y marcó todo mi recorrido junto a Matías y junto a cualquiera con el que haya cantado, porque es como el caballito de batalla.
This song takes us back to Argentina, to all the paths that we did together, and to everything that we did together, we sung together along the path.
Esta canción es de un artista argentino que para mí es mi padre en la música, además de que es igual a mi padre físicamente. Es muy parecido. Su nombre es Fito Páez. Muy grande. Solo que vamos a hacerla en otra versión. Que se olvidó Guille.
We will do a song that we will.
¿Quién dijo que todo está perdido? Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. Tanta sangre que se llevó el río. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón. No será tan fácil, ya sé qué pasa. No será tan simple como pensaba, como abrir el pecho y sacar el alma, una cuchillada del amor, luna de los pobres siempre abierta. Yo vengo a ofrecer mi corazón como un documento inalterable. Yo estoy acá y ofrezco el corazón y uniré las puntas de este mismo lazo y me iré tranquila, me iré despacio y les daré todo y me darán algo que me abrigue un poco más. So que
Yo soy todos los nombres. I am all the names. I am the dream and the dreamer. Muevan, todos se mueven.
This was amazing! Oh my god, can you imagine? We just had a concert. Best time in the world in front of the pyramids and the Sphynx. I'm not gonna say anything right now. It's like freaking amazing! We're coming back tonight for the sunrise.
Self-education is the ticket. None of us can progress in the world we're in today with a standard education and expect to have an extraordinary life.
Tony Robbins and myself aren't too bad of guys to learn from since we got 65 years in this industry.
Let me compress those decades into a few days. Now you can take massive action on the proven ways of doing it.
Knowledge brokers are not born, they are made.
There's people in the world that you haven't even seen before that are waiting for you to show up.
Because you have a story to tell, a story that can change lives, a story that can leave a lasting and positive impact on the next generation.
This is not a place for wannabes where it's going to go. This is a place for people who will do what no one else will do.
We're going to craft your signature program, your signature workshop, your signature story, how to extract that knowledge.
And now I'm actually teaching others how to do virtual summits in 90 days.
Listen, the tools are here. Come on, let's go.
Feeling went from very deep concern to, I can do this.
I now have over 100 customers all around the world.
Immediately, 11 people took my offer. That was pretty exciting.
And there's a process to show you exactly how to do it.
If you want to get results that seem extreme, get in proximity.
All of those mistakes you made and the failures you've been through, you have this opportunity, this blessed and sacred opportunity to help people not make those same mistakes.
No one is going to do it the way you can. And it is such power and freedom, like when you fully embrace that there's only one of you.
Because it isn't about getting, it's about giving. Life is about adding more value. That's why we're here.
I truly believe with the way the world's shifting and the world needs us, and the world needs role models, and the world needs leaders, and the world needs what you have. This is the time in life to double down.
You're called to reach people that I can't reach, that Tony can't reach, that Dean can't reach, that nobody can reach but you. And until you step up to the plate, until you give your greatness to the world, those people are suffering because you're being selfish.
That means you must pursue it, and then also, as you learn it, share it. And if you do that well, you can have economic freedom, a life of meaning, something that'll inspire you, your family, your friends, and everybody else around you.
Today, we're going to show you what this industry is, why you should be a part of it, why now. Then I'm going to pull back the curtain on figuring out what you should be offering. And lastly, how do you sell it to people in an ethical way that feels great to impact their lives and create success for yourself? You guys up to learn that today?
Yes.
I mean, if you're here, I'm guessing you want another level of life,
Woo-hoo.
right? And I also want to share this. Who this is for? This is for someone who knows you have to put in the work, that you have to follow a path, that there's no such thing as magical money machines. If you're here thinking that I'm going to wave a magic wand and show you how to get rich and turn your keypad into a cash machine, that's not me. That's not Tony Robbins. There's a lot of that all over the internet. There's a lot of people holding up big old checks, get rich for doing nothing. How's that worked out for you or worked out for people you know? That's not what this is about. Who this is for are those ready to learn a skill from two people who've been doing it for 60 years. Those of you ready to make an impact on others. Those willing to step off the main path and do your own thing or scale what you already have. No magical money machine, but here's something I want to share with you. If Mike, you could pull up this slide. The self-education industry is a $365 million a day industry, and Forbes said it'll be $1 billion a day by 2025. It's one of the fastest growing industries in the world. And the fact is, it's the number one secret to the success that Tony and I have had in our lives. And it's brought us not just financial gains, it's brought us the greatest impact that we've been able to do. And we've been blessed to move to a point where we can give back in a huge way. I donate more in the last couple of years than I ever have. Tony, oh my God, is obsessed with it. And we got to do all of that through self-education. Tony's going to pass 500 million meals this year through Feeding America. We've been able to help so many people through Operation Underground Railroad and help kids that are in slavery. And I'm not saying that to be like, oh, look what we've done. But I owe a debt of gratitude to this industry because my life changed because of it. And it all started by sharing what we know, even when I didn't think I had anything people would want to hear. So we'll talk about that more in a minute. Pull this back up, Mike. And yes, for the last 2.5 years, Tony and I have been sharing these secrets. That's why I'm here today doing this training. That's why Tony's going to pop on here later, is sharing these secrets, because this is what we've been doing. And we have people in over 150 countries, in over 4,600 different niches, changing lives in everything you could possibly imagine, unlocking something inside of them to help somebody else. But the last thing I want to share is, we're not saying this will make you rich overnight. I'm going to repeat that, or generate you any money at all. I think I got to be really clear on that, because that's why we built such a great family, because people come in with realistic expectations and know that you got to do the work, but the results could be massive. Let's give it up for Mr. Tony Robbins.
Thank you, Dean. Welcome, everybody. Listen, I just want to acknowledge Dean for a second. Dean and I have been dear friends for over a decade. And, he comes across as such a nice guy, and he is. He's even nicer in person than he is here. He's one of the most generous souls I know, but he's also brilliant. And the brilliance didn't come from just being a genius. He earned that genius because for 20 years, he's put his nose to the grindstone, and he's obsessed with finding ways to do the same thing I believe in. That's why we're such dear friends. Finding a way to do more for others than anybody else in the category. How do you add more value? If you want to know the secret to success in life and in business, it's do more for others than anybody else in the category, and you will build a brand, and people will start to seek you out. And, he's got 20 years of experience. Between us, we have almost 65 years of experience. This is my 44th year training and teaching people. Now, at that point, I'd have to know something. I have to be an idiot at this point not to know there are patterns that will cause you to succeed and patterns that will cause you to fail. It's not you, it's patterns, it's habits. Habits of thinking, habits of motion, habits of action or inaction. So I just want to tell you, if you change those basic patterns, you can not only change your own life, but you can help so many other people do the same. And so I really want to thank you, Dean. And I just want to tell all of you, between us, 64 years, I guess, is the real number. That's how much experience we have. So there's two ways to learn in life. One is learn by your own experience. That's really painful because there's so many ups and downs. You may not get there. And the other is what I learned years ago when I studied Jim Rohn, my original teacher. He used to say, Tony, success leaves clues. If you want to be successful, find someone who succeeded again and again, not for a day, not for a week, not for a year, for a decade. They're not lucky. Sow the same seeds, you'll reap the same rewards. It doesn't matter your age, your background, your gender, your color. All it matters is that you model what works. And he said, also figure out what failures do and don't do that, right? So for 44 years, that's what I've been doing and sharing it. I first used it to change my own life, and then I changed it to help other people change their life. So I got a question for you though. If you had to pick between making lots of money and having a life that feels meaningful, impactful, where you're making a difference in other people's lives and you see it and feel it and get that emotional feedback from people all around you, which would you pick? I mean, there is no limit to the size and scope of what you can do in this industry. But what changed me, what allowed me to not only have the impact and the economics be successful for me and for all my employees, was constantly using the power of self-education. See, if you think about what really shapes your life most, it's what I call invisible forces. That's not being cute. It's just true. What influences your life the most? Things you take for granted. Gravity. Too much and you're crushed. Too little and you float away and you're dead. Radiation. Radiation is what makes life happen. The right amount of radiation from the sun, we're in this Goldilocks spot as a planet, and we have life everywhere. Too much radiation, we fry. And then you can think about things like electricity. You can light up a city or kill somebody, depends on the amount of intensity and where it goes. But maybe the most important invisible forces of all are human emotions, love and hate. See, emotions determine what you're going to do or not do and the quality that you're going to bring to it.
Freaking
and
amazing.
So all of this can be shifted through one single power, which I call self-education. I mean, think about it. I started out in a family where no one had ever succeeded in business or finance in any way, shape, or form. We had tremendous challenges in the relationships in my family. I have 4 different fathers, to give you an idea. My mom was a good human being, but we were always broke. My father's worked hard. We had no money for food. Some of you know I feed more than 100 million meals a year here in the United States. I committed to feed 1 billion people over 10 years, and we're in our 7th year, and we're already over 700 million meals. We're ahead of schedule. We're going to feed 1 billion people. But all that came because I went without and I had to figure out what to do. And there were no role models for me around me. So my role models started with audio programs and books and then seminars. My original teacher, Jim Rohn, that I mentioned, and I started learning and growing. And it took me from a kid with no compelling future, no plan, no strategy, my traditional education couldn't get me where I wanted to go. My parents were frustrated and overwhelmed. There was so much upset, so lack of certainty about the future or even the present. And sometimes no food. That's why I feed people. And all that turned around so that over the last, 43, this is going to be my 44th year doing this now, I've just begun. In 44 years, I've had the privilege and the joy and the incredible experience of coaching millions of people around the world to improve their life physically, in their bodies, their energy, their vitality, in their relationships, in their finances, in their business, in their career, and also just in their emotional well-being and fitness and passion and aliveness. And I've worked with everybody you can imagine. I've worked with 5 different presidents, all the living presidents and ones that have passed. I've worked with 4 different royal families now. I've worked with everybody from Serena Williams, to give you an idea, to Pitbull. I mean, just across the board, some of the greatest sports teams, athletes, entertainers on earth. And all that privilege came from a kid who had zero background, but decided, I'm going to self-educate. I'm not going to have a standard education, because we all know the education system is broken. But if you decide to become self-educated, you can start to do what I've done throughout my life. You can start to compress decades into days, where you can learn in a few weeks, a few months, or a few days what might have taken somebody by trial and error 10 or 20 years to learn. That's what I learned from my teacher, Jim Rohn. Success leaves clues. So why would you spend all the time and energy trying to reinvent the wheel if someone's already got a proven pathway to power, a proven pathway to success? And so in order to do that, you got to learn by other people's experience, not your own. And if you'll do that, you'll find yourself in a place where you're looking for people that really get results. Not somebody who can talk a good game, but who can deliver it. And once you learn it, once you learn something that can change your body, your emotions, or your kids, or your relationship, or get rid of acne, there's so many self-education opportunities. I think we have like 6,500 categories now all over the world. We've got people from 100 different countries that are participating, and they're all sharing their experience with each other and learning and growing and earning. But how cool is it to learn something that totally changes your life? What's the first thing you want to do when you have a great experience of anything that just is beautiful in your life, that changed your life? The first thing you want to do is share with someone you love, right? Well, what if you could learn to share it? You could literally learn how to share it, practice it, do it all within a system in a few moments, like doing just a live mastermind, learn from each one, get better and better, and be part of a community where you're learning also how to market it, and not just how to create it and design it, but then a system that helps you to market it and then deliver it and keep getting better and better and better every time. In the beginning, I was a knowledge broker. We didn't call it then, but it's like I went to work for Jim Rohn. This man, I saw his 3.5-hour seminar. I was blown away by who he is. I didn't have those skills, but I wanted everybody to experience what I'd experienced. So I went to work for him. I convinced him to let me come work for him. I was just a kid, 17, and I learned how to go out. And in those days, it was hard to promote. I mean, you had to print real brochures and they cost you a lot of money. And I remember I went to go do my first seminar after I promoted Jim Rohn for a lot of years. I learned it, and I decided I wanted to do my own. I ran all these ads, and cost a lot of money. I had to do it in the LA Times. I was doing it in Los Angeles, the Herald, Examiner, all these magazines and newspapers. And then I rented a room at the Hilton Hotel in downtown LA. And I thought for sure, it's a free seminar. I wasn't even trying to make money. I just wanted to help people. I thought for sure I'm going to get at least 500 people to show up. Spent all this money, all this time, and 7 people showed up, and they were spread out all over this giant room. I was like, why don't you all come down to the front row here? That's how I started. And I gave them everything I could for 3.5 hours, right? Because I was ready for 500 and 7 were there, but I gave my all. And you know what's interesting? It built. Because I did that, they told other people, and it got better, and it got bigger, and it got bigger. So this is not some overnight get-rich-quick scheme. If you want that, go to some BS person who's going to lie to you. But if you want to create a career path that you could do part-time on the side, or COVID's got in the way, you want a new business, and you want to learn how to be able to learn, grow, share, give, and earn, I don't know a better opportunity, and I know a better industry. So the size of the market is huge, and you can do it from wherever you are, and you can get your feet wet. You can do it with a small number of people, 8 or 10. You can do it with a mastermind, or you can promote somebody else. It's not your conditions. We all have horrible conditions at times. We've all been through hell. If you haven't been through it, you probably will in the future. How's that for a compelling future? But we all are. We're all going to have tough, stressful times. That's the one thing that's universal. If you're rich or poor, you're going to have it. If you have a great family or not, you're going to have super stressful times. Life happens. The question is, what are you going to do with it? And most people look for a reason why they haven't succeeded, but a small number of people say, I'm going to find the way. And one thing I've learned in my life is grab the opportunity. If you're hearing me right now and you've heard Dean right now and you put yourself in this position, there's a reason. And it's not just sit back on your bum and do nothing. I don't think. You have to decide. But if you take action, I can promise you, you're going to open a door to a new world. I hope I've stimulated your interest. And Dean, thanks for letting me jump on with all of you for a few short moments. But in the end, it's your decisions, not your conditions, that shape your life. So choose well.
True.
And choose right now.
Always.
In the meantime, I hope I get a chance to meet you and become part of our family. But whether you do or not, I wish you only the best. Live strong, live with passion.
Yeah.
God bless.
There are people out there right now that need and want what's living inside your head. Information, knowledge, experience, a mess, a strategy, something that you've taken a year, 3, 5, or 20 to master. Somebody wants that. And what Tony and I are helping people do in 150 plus countries is unlock that and share it. Sell what you know, impact their lives, and create success for you and your families.
Hi everyone, welcome today to All About Energy. Today we have Matias De Stefano, who is an amazing soul who's basically taken us all on this wonderful journey through his rememberings of his past lives. Welcome, Matias.
Thank you.
So today I wanted to talk about some exciting questions that we all might have. As we know, we're at the path right now that we're wrapping up. If you want to go over that a little bit and kind of summarize where we're at with your journey.
Yeah, in the middle.
Well, we're literally in the middle, yes.
Yeah, a little in the middle. We are doing right now a part of what is a whole month event, which is the I Am event. And we are doing tasks in groups. So water group, fire group, air group, and earth group, and the ether, which is everywhere.
Which we're hoping you will join us online.
Yeah, of course. So this month is the end of a very long path that we all have taken and that I had begun from very young, which is the activation of the consciousness through the network of consciousness. So for me, ends up in something really important this month. And
so
we're
now,
all sharing it.
No, this has been very exciting. So I really have to say this is a beautiful event. So what does that mean in your path now? Because we're at the finishing of 2022, and then we've got another 8 years that you've got. Or
I have we have something more to do, which is now not precisely my task, but is the task of many others. So I am just going to go as a guide or a company, but the task will be done by others for the next years, every solstice and equinox. So my task as the one that is moving everything and weaving everything and organizing everything like this, like I have been doing until now, by what I know, ends now in February, because I have to start with other works that is the next stage of what I have been preparing for.
What is the next stage?
Well, the next one, to understand the first one was all about to understand the network of consciousness, trying to understand how it all works as links, our role, our role as humanity in this planet, and all the developing of our civilization and so on, connecting the energetical points of the planet that are part of the mind. Well, many things that are much more related to the spiritual level, to the energetical level. And now this stage for me ends because a new one starts, related to how to manifest all that into knowledge, systems, education, how to make it into systems to be useful for politics, for economics, and so on. So try to download everything that we have felt and connected with, but in a practical way into the matter.
Oh, that's beautiful. So that will be your next phase, and then the other trips will be happening, and these will be programs that will be implemented, or you'll be working on these systems. And how do we find them or keep track or follow that?
Well, my idea is that now this year I will sit down a little bit and start to design what I am calling a University of Consciousness. I know that there have been in other places, they are working in some places. My goal is to create a university for the being, so we could, but not to bring people that I think they know to teach others, but I would love for the network to choose those who they want to listen to be part of that university. So it's like the students picking the teachers. And
that's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, and the idea is that they all create circles to study by creating projects that are useful for the society. So maybe there's a village that needs something to be done. So the idea is that they study as they prepare themselves to create a project to be practical for others that maybe are not in the spiritual path. You know, so my idea is to start to weave this studying spirituality and making it practical for others that maybe they don't look for this path. So that's that kind of thing.
Well, that's very inclusive. That's including all.
Yeah.
And making it all about one and not leaving and doing the separation. So I think that's a beautiful concept.
Yeah, and I am gonna try to step aside a little bit from the center so we can all be in the center and start to do many things. So I will be trying to design and hold the idea and the concept of the philosophical concept of all this during all these years, and trying to manifest that and to make it possible for many others to create and manifest all this. And regarding the energetical, I will be for at least 8 years, which I know, but I don't know more about it. But for the next 8 years, I will be the partner of these people that will sow the physical seeds in the nodes of the planet. So I will be with them around.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And
meanwhile,
solstice and equinoxes.
And then have some downtime. Don't forget that.
Yeah, I will have a lot of that time.
Okay.
But I am really willing to write a lot. So I will be writing. I will be every month. I will for sure do some online conferences as I did in 2020 and 21. Not every day, of course, but I will try to do something to keep the track of the study. And yeah, well, right now we are in the middle of all this, but once we came back in April and May, we will start putting all that together. So as a foundation, the Arsayian Foundation, we can share it through social media, in my social media, in my websites, the blog, everywhere. You will have all the information to know how to join or how to learn a little bit more.
Beautiful. I'm going to be sharing the link on the bottom of the video as well.
Sure.
And then also the if anybody wants to join on the Ether group as well online, very important. I watched your video about that. Yeah.
I explained a long video about what is the task of Ether.
Very important.
So you can do it at home or everywhere, and yeah. So that task will be for the 22nd.
Absolutely.
Mainly, so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, perfect. Thank you, Matias, for your time. I appreciate
Thank
it. Thanks, guys. And if you have any questions, post below, and I'll have the links for you as well. Thank you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.